They were the love of my life. The connection felt like no other connection I've ever felt. This was my only shot at love. Does that sound familiar? Because I used to think like that. And oftentimes, your brain will try to convince you with these painful lies. And I'm here to tell you otherwise. That's what I'm here to do. Because the truth is, your thoughts are not facts. And I'm here to teach you today one of the most powerful cognitive behavioral therapy tools out there to help you challenge those lies. And it corresponds with the 3 C's: catch, challenge, and change. But the first step is talking about why this happens. Remember that you don't have to change the world. Just don't leave it the same. So live fully, love deeply, and laugh hard. After a breakup, your brain scrambles to make sense of the loss, tries to create a narrative and a story that at least gives you some form of clarity, or at least maybe a form of closure. And oftentimes it's just this loop. It's just this loop and spiral and cycling of just pain. Oftentimes it's filled with silence, right? Oftentimes there is silence, right? And your brain tries to fill that silence with like a catastrophic thought. Worst case scenarios that feels real in the moment. Something along the lines of maybe they found someone else. Maybe they're in love with somebody else. Maybe they're talking to somebody else on the side. Are they going to find love? Are they ever going to come back? Am I ever going to find love again? I'll never find love again. I'll never experience this again. This person made me feel this emotion that I've never felt in my entire life. Made me actually feel ready to build a family. Made me actually feel ready to settle down. Made me actually think about the future. I don't think I can think about the future with anyone else but them. That's what our brain tells us, right? Because there's this silence, there's this gap, there's this void, and we fill it with the worst case scenario. An example is I'll never find love again. But from a cognitive behavior therapy perspective, I want you to understand that a thought is just a sentence in your mind. Let that sink in. It's not truth until you decide to believe it. The catch, challenge, and change. The thought is just a sentence in your mind. It doesn't become your reality or your truth until you accept it and choose to believe it. Woo! Oh! I know you hear me, but are you listening? Because this is deep. It's real. First step is the thought. Then the thought shifts into an emotion. Then the emotion predicts and maneuvers our behavior. So if you challenge the thought, right? You catch the thought, you challenge the thought, and you change the whole pattern, you break the chain, the entire chain. So, for example, this is what it looks like, right? The original thought is, they were the love of my life. I'll never move on. That felt real at one point for me. And maybe you're watching this video right now and you might be thinking that very thought, and that's okay. They were the love of your life. Keyword is were. I'll never move on, or I'll never find love again. That's a lie you're telling yourself, and it's true if you choose to accept it and believe it. But I want you to challenge it, because now that's the original thought. Challenging the thought looks like, the fact is, I loved them deeply. But if I was capable of loving once, I'm capable of loving again. That put a smile on my face. And I hope that did the same for you. Because that's real. That's reality. I'm not feeding you some false fantasy, trying to spoon feed you delusion. We don't serve that here at this soup kitchen. We don't serve that here. We serve reality. We serve truth. So the new thought then produces a new feeling, which ultimately ends in a new behavior. That's how it starts. That's why the 3 C's, catch, challenge, and change, is so powerful. You catch the thought before you can adopt it and believe it and allow it to become your reality. You catch the thought, then you challenge it, then you change it with something that you're ready to empower yourself with. So the first step is being so aware that you're attentive to all these thoughts that are floating around. The ones that make you uncomfortable, that make you sad, that reinforce your sadness, those are the ones I encourage you to catch. The ones that make you feel good, which I'm going to guess if you're in a season of heartbreak, if you're here detoxing, those are the ones that don't make you feel all that great, that you don't want lingering around. And the good ones, probably there aren't a lot of them. And if they're there, they're clouded and they're minimized by the loud negative ones that are there in your face, produced by your broken heart. So remember, thinking and creating the new thought, like a real new thought, creating the new thought produces a new feeling, which leads to new behaviors. And like I said before, you heard in the beginning of the video, in the intro, you don't have to change the world, just don't leave it the same. So live fully, love deeply, and laugh hard. And understand that we are one conversation away from a shift in perspective that can lead to a decision that can change our entire life. That's how powerful these videos are. It's just us having this conversation, which is producing a wider, broader, healthier perspective that will lead to a plethora of healthier decisions that you will make, because I believe in you, into a whole new life, a healthier life, a better life, an elevated life. So Corinthians 10 verse 5 says, we demolish arguments in every pretension. We demolish arguments in every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. This literally beautifully aligns with what we just talked about, right? That thoughts are not facts, and that we're taking them captive, right? It reminds you that you have the ability to not accept every thought that pops into your head. You have that power, and you have the authority to challenge them, reframe them, and replace the destructive lies with the life-giving truth in the name of Christ. Isn't that beautiful? I think it is. I think it is. So this verse completely aligns with that cognitive behavioral therapy tool that we just went over. So I want you to practice this, okay? Try this 3-step tool today. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Catch the thought. Write it down, like we just went over. Challenge the thought. 3 C's. Challenge the thought, right? Is this fact or is this fear? What evidence supports or contradicts it? Focus on the evidence that contradicts that initial uncomfortable thought. And then third is change it. Rewrite it into a balanced, compassionate truth. When you're ready, don't feel pressure. Maybe the first step is you just paying attention to these thoughts and catching them. Like, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, that's a negative thought. It didn't make me feel good. Why did it show up? Why did I think I'm never going to find happiness again? Or maybe you feel an emotion and you're not even aware of the thoughts that presents itself first. Because the emotions we feel stem from thoughts that show up. We don't often recognize or are often aware of these thoughts, but we are aware of the feelings because they're powerful, they float around. So it's a matter of being so aware and so intentional and so present. Breath work helps. Pausing, going on walks, gives you the ability to just start testing those thoughts, catching those thoughts, and being able to be like, wait, that didn't make me feel good. Let's investigate. And looking at those thoughts from a place of curiosity, not judgment. So it's like, wait, why did I look at this? Or why did I say this? Why did I think this? Why did I talk to myself like that? Let me write it down. Let me replace it with something that makes me feel better. Not from a delusional sense. Like I said, we're not here serving delusional. But from a reality sense, from a grounding sense, from a cognitive behavioral tool sense. All right. So today's journal prompt is, what painful thought do I keep believing on repeat? Like, what's this broken song, right? This song stuck on repeat in your head. And what would a healthier, truer version of that thought sound like? I'll say it again. What painful thought do I keep believing on repeat? And what would a healthier, truer version of that thought sound like? Think about that. Maybe drop it in the comment section. Share what that thought might be. And maybe you're just in the beginning portion of being more aware of these floating thoughts. These thoughts are powerful, right? Pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts become your words and your emotions. And those two things, the words and emotions, dictate your actions, and your actions produce your reality and your future. It all starts up here. So you don't have to believe every thought that pops into your mind and every feeling that you feel. When they pop in and the emotions arise, it's an opportunity for you to investigate. I want you to be like a detective when it comes to your emotions. Ooh, I like that. Yes. Become a detective when it comes to your thoughts and emotions. I wish I said that in the first video, because that's a great theme. You know what? Starting now, better late than never. This is day 12, but it could be your first day or your 100th day, your 30th day, whenever you've been following along. But be a detective when it comes to your emotions, right? Because when you start to challenge the lies, you break the loop. You shift the cycle. You break the pattern. And when you break the loop, you create space for healing. So stay consistent. Every challenged thought is one step closer to your peace. Woo! My goodness. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I know you feel it too. If you made it this far in this video, you must have felt it. You must have heard something that resonated with your spirit. You loved this. I know you like this. I like this too. And like I said, I'm showing up every day for you and me. For me and you. I love this. I love this. So again, if you're not in the healing community, I strongly recommend it. You get direct access to me. We get the weekly group Zoom calls. And I'm actually going to start this thing in the community where we do like a 7-day emotional reset, like a group Zoom call every single day for the first 7 days of every month. I just thought of this idea the other day. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that for sure. Be able to create this 7-day emotional reset kind of like every month, because you can never get enough of it. And for new members that join as well as old members, you can always look forward to the beginning of the month to kind of set the bar high and make sure that it's a great month, or at least at the very least you have one good week out of the month and the rest can follow suit. So link is in the description. There's a 7-day free trial. Definitely check it out. It's worth checking out for sure. And I think that's all I got for you. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, please. Like it. Share this video with someone you think would benefit off of this. Someone that maybe is in that same boat as you, or maybe someone that comes to mind and you're like, wait, I feel as though they do put the past on the pedestal. And I love this person. And I want them to break free of these thought patterns. Send it to them. Send it to them out of love and kindness. Anyways, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Until tomorrow, peace from Dees.